Today, I'm going to share with you some important facts about the I-20 you need to understand to get your visa approved easily. My name is Alfred Apia. I am a student at Columbia Theological Seminary. On this channel, I talk about everything visa and study abroad issues. So please, if you are new here, consider subscribing, like, share, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Also, I have a very large community of friends, people like you who are also in the process of getting their visas and those who have already gotten their visas, where we all share our experience, we offer support, and we help answer all your questions. So check the video description section to join our Telegram page and let us know your thoughts, let us know your questions, and we'll provide 24/7 answers. The I-20 is a very important document that contains all the necessary information about you, about your school, about your program, and about your finances. So when you get the details and the important facts about the I-20, it will help you to prepare well for your interview and get your visa approved. Let me show you why.
Alright, so this is just a sample I-20. I'm just using this to show you how a typical I-20 look like and what you should look out for when you receive your I-20. So basically, the I-20 is in 4 sections. The first section has to do with where your personal details are. The second section has to do with where the school details are. That is the school information. And the third section has to do with where your program details are. And finally, we have the last section that look at your finances or the ability to sponsor yourself. So when you receive your I-20, the first thing you need to do is to check that every personal information on the I-20 is correct. These are all information on your passport details, and you submit this information to your school, and your school use it to prepare your I-20. So make sure you check this part of the I-20 to make sure that everything on the I-20 is as it is on your passport or on your official document. Now, the next thing is you come to school information. Here you have nothing much to do here because it is not about you, it is about the school that you are attending. Of course, you have to also take a look at the school information as well and pay attention to the details. Also, when we come to the program of study, this is where the school is going to list your program, what you are coming to study. So you must check to see if you have the correct program of study, correct level, whether it is bachelor's, whether it is master's, or whether it is PhD. You must check to see you have that details there. And also all the details about your program must be correct. Now, the next important thing is your financials. Good. So your I-20 shows the total cost of your studies in America and means of sponsorship. So usually you are going to see your tuition, your living expenses, your insurance, your books, and other costs stated here, and the totals will be given. And on the right side, you are going to see your means of sponsorship. If you have scholarship, make sure that that has been clearly stated on the funding side. If your father is sponsoring you or whoever is sponsoring you, make sure that is also clearly stated. And it is important that whoever you present to the school as your sponsor, for example, if you present to the school that your father is sponsoring you on your I-20, make sure that the bank statement and the proof of fund you submit to the embassy will be the statement of your father. Don't say your father is sponsoring you on your I-20 and during the interview you say my uncle is sponsoring me. That is a contradiction. It is very, very important. Now, the other side is paying attention to the totals. That is the totals on each side. So on this I-20, for example, I have 19,000 and student fund also has 19,000. It can be a little bit higher, like 20,000, 23,000. But this side, the student funding side, right, should not be times 3 of the total cost side. I have seen a lot of I-20 where the left side is about times 4 of the total cost. That is too much. For example, if the total cost is 19,000 as stated here, what it means is that you only need 19,000 for your studies in America for the first year, and everything has been captured. So it doesn't make sense when the funding side or the right side total 50,000. That makes a lot of surplus which you do not need. You must make sure that the totals here are equal or the right side is a little bit higher than the left side. It shouldn't be times 3 or times 4 or even more than times 2. it doesn't make sense. It can affect your visa application.
Now that you have a general overview on the I-20, make sure that you correct all errors before you go for your interview. Also sign your I-20 before you present it to the visa officer. Another important tip is to be consistent with what is on the I-20. Make sure that the answers you give during the interview will match with the responses on the I-20. Finally, the I-20 is a summary of information about you. So make sure that when you go for the interview, you don't just repeat what is on the I-20. For example, when they ask you, what are you going to do in the US? Don't just say, I'm going to in the US to study my bachelor's in medicine. That is an information already on the I-20 that is available to the visa officer. Explain why you are going to study that program in the US. When they ask you, who is sponsoring you? Don't just say, my uncle, my sister, or my father, because that is information already on the I-20. So don't just repeat information on the I-20. Explain the information on the I-20, because the information on the I-20 is just a summary. And during the visa interview, you must explain to the consular so that your visa would be approved. Make sure to subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Check the video description section for the Telegram group so that you can join the community. Thanks for watching, and watch out for more. Always remember that theology is fine. Trust me.